Shalom and welcome to Mitzvah Torah. This year is entitled The Halachot of the Street Minyanim. Who would have ever thought that this would be one of the most pressing halachic topics of our times, creating minyan in parking lots, from porches, and Kriyas Torah and all that, but that's the reality of the day. Now there's two topics over here. There's one, is it proper to have minyanim nowadays outside, in the parking lots, in front of people's areas and private areas and from porches? This is a very good question. Do we say that, listen, they're following the rules, 10 people outside, and they're keeping 2 meters apart, and they're fine? Okay, others are going in and cramping into quarters, and when it rains, they go inside. And okay, well, we're not going to have because that. It's a good question, but I'm not going to talk about that right now. I'm talking about those who are having the minyanim. Should they go ahead? How do they go ahead and create the minyan? I'm not endorsing or not endorsing it. It's another topic that needs to be discussed. Rabbi Slifkin wrote strongly against it, and I understand that position. And once you have the minyanim out there, others are going to be there as well, especially not to have them all. I understand that. Rav Kookman already weeks ago wrote about it. I understand all that, but I'm just referring to the halachic aspect of those making minyan without supporting or criticizing whether one should do that. So you go ahead, normally have a minyan, everyone's in the shul. That's how you have minyan. Now you have a minyan outside. You have 6, 7 over here in front of the building. This one on the porch over there. This one in his yard over there. And somehow the hodgepodge of minyanim. And there's 2 shilas. There's a lot of creating a minyan, a lot of piggybacking off of a minyan. So regarding creating a minyan, it's much more stringent than once the minyan exists. Can you benefit from that minyan and answer Kedusha and Kaddish? So creating a minyan in Nun Gimel, Nun Hey, in the Shulchan Aruch Sif Yud Gimel, it talks about what? Being in makom echad, being in one makom. You need to be in one makom. So you need to be in one makom. You have to define what halakha is one makom. So if a place is separated by mechitzas, by walls, so then it could be a problem. It could be even if you're in the women's section in a regular shul, you're not in the same makom. Depending on the nature of the walls, what the walls are, the mechitzas, but it could be in a separate makom. And if you're on a porch and you have 9 people downstairs, you're in a separate makom. You cannot create a minyan that way, according to Siman Nun Hey Sif Yud Gimel. And that is the first sheet in the Shulchan Aruch. How many Rishonim hold that's what it has to be. It has to be one makom. Then if you're all outside, you have to define what's the makom. I'm in my chatzer. You're in front on the sidewalk, and this tree separating. Halachically is at a separate makom. You have to define what is one place. But then the Shulchan Aruch Nun Hey Sif Yud Daled brings in something new. He has a case where someone is behind the shul, but he sees Rias Panav. His face is seen to the inside. They could see each other. Ooh, this brings up a new idea. And then you have Sif Yudalid, Tetvav, Tezanya, Zainachet, all these different cases where he's in the doorway, but he's not inside the room, and all these different scenarios. And the poskim are grappling with what is the main way to create a tziruf, a connection between the people to create a minyan. Do you need the connection via makom, through place, or is the connection not via Re'iyah, seeing? And there's a third possibility that, wait, maybe the chazan could be the connector, where he's in the middle of the 2 different rooms and they both see him and focus on him, so he's the connector. So it seems to be 3 different forms to have a tzira for a connection. Through makom, through the place, through seeing each other, or the chazan connection. So now the question is, when people are outside, so then one chatzer, one lot, or on the sidewalk together, so luckily there's no mechitzas between them. It sounds to be it's one makom. There's nothing delineating them. Maybe if there's a thoroughfare between them, maybe that would make them into 2 makomot. That could be. But they're on the sidewalk or they're on the parking lot, so then one makom. Where the fact that there's no walls between them means there's a makom. Oh yeah, but there's no wall, outer walls. Okay, so there's nothing separating them. So that might be one makom. And if you have the porches and you have 8 downstairs and 2 from the porches, so that's a tzira for connection through Re'iyah. So maybe ideally we don't go for that because many Rishonim reject that, but over here in this case it's Shas a pressing situation, so therefore it's fine. So that's halacha, that you can have a tzira for connection through Re'iyah, through seeing, and that's what justifies a lot of these minyanim. So that's halacha in terms of creating the minyan. Now let's say the minyan is created, but then you have a porch over there where they don't see, but they hear. So the hearing can create the minyan because you need re'iyah, seeing, or makom, or the chazan connection, and someone on the porch sort of around the bend hears, he doesn't have any of those three. But the Shulchan Aruch does finish off, after going through the 6 different halachot on this topic, finish off by saying, regarding a minyan, even a bachitza barzel, an iron wall, wouldn't stop. What it means is once the minions can created already, then it's a question of piggybacking off and benefiting and answering Kaddish Kedusha, Baruch Chazor Hashatz. You hear it, oh, you're hearing a bona fide minion. Once they created the minion, then you're benefiting from that minion. So then you can answer. And then there's the halacha. So therefore, just to summarize, you have 3 ways to create a minyan: through makom, through chazan, and through re'iyah. Many minyanim relied on the creation of the minyanim last few days through re'iyah, seeing. Once the minyan is created, then you have a new aspect that now you have that minyan created. Other people who hear can actually answer. What if you hear through Zoom and through phone? That's a whole other discussion. We'll discuss that later. We're talking about a real hearing where there's no shaila. Kriyas HaTorah we did not discuss at all. Kriyas HaTorah means being close to each other. It's a lot of other issues regarding the virus and other stuff like that. While the minyan question, we did not discuss whether they should do it in terms of these times, because they're right now having a minyan according to all the rules. The police see us, they're not doing anything because it's totally fine. But why should we stop them because of others? This is a nice question. Kriyas HaTorah is another factor. Like, wait a second, Kriyas HaTorah means you're right near each other, holding the Torah, passing the Torah. That's a whole other discussion in terms of the virus and in terms of the halachas and creating the mitzvah and having the mitzvah Kriyas HaTorah. That's another discussion totally. Yes, Hashem should all be safe, which is certainly of paramount importance, and each one has to really think about, talk over with Rav about the minyan situation in terms of what's the right thing to do or not, understand about how to create and benefit from the minyan. Shalom.